Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Howard. I am a watch enthusiast. I do not work in the watch industry and I'm not a watch professional at all. I just love watches and I use my spare time to do watch reviews, and mainly from my personal and as a consumer point of view. For my subscribers, thank you so much for your support. If you enjoyed the video but have not subscribed, please hit the like button and the subscribe, because your support is my biggest motivation to continue to do videos like these. Now today, let's take a look at the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeters. Rolex introduced these 41 millimeters Oyster Perpetual in August 2020, replaced its 39 millimeter option, which was introduced in 2015. To me, I was a little bit surprised because once the 41, these replaced the 39, you have Oyster Perpetual in 41, 36, 34, 31, and 28 millimeters. The 41, then the next small size down, 36. It's 5 millimeters difference, which is quite a big gap in my opinion. But anyway, so the 7 colors Rolex introduced back in August 2020 were black, a navy blue, a green, a silver, a light blue called turquoise blue, or some people refer to this as a Tiffany, which is a different blue, turquoise blue, a yellow, and a red. Unfortunately, as of right now, which is mid-April, in fact, as of the end of March 2022, Rolex discontinued 3 of the 7 colors. This turquoise blue, the yellow, and the red. The 3 colors were discontinued, but you can still buy the black, navy blue, green, and silver. However, for the 36 millimeters, you can still buy the this light blue color, and additional, they have a pink, candy pink, which is a pretty color. So let's take a look at the watch in general. 41 millimeter case. I mean, the entire watch is a stainless steel, obviously. Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter case, 11.5 millimeters thick. Lug to lug 47 millimeters, and I think the lug width was 21 millimeters. Overall, I mean, it's a very simple 3-hand design with no date window. You got the hour, minute, and the seconds hand, and also the index markers, all in white gold. Got, sapphire crystal, pretty standard. Caliber 3230, minus plus 2 seconds per day after casing, 70 hours power reserve. It has the screw down, twin lock, I believe double waterproof system pretty much for most of their watches. 100 meter, 330 feet waterproof. So the case, as we can see, the bezel is a smooth, polished bezel, and the side of the case is also polished. But direct view, the top view, from this view, the case is basically a nickel finish. And the bracelet, beautiful 3-piece oyster brushed, no polished, shiny center link. I love these brushed, beautiful bracelet, and it has a very simple folding clasp with easy link, 5 millimeter extension link in the back. So yeah, so the Oyster Perpetual, I mean, obviously people love the watch because, number one, it has a long history. Number two, it's just super clean, right? It doesn't have anything you don't really need. It's symmetrical. It got the Rolex Oyster Perpetual superlative chronometer, officially certified, and not a huge amount of lines like some of the sports models. I believe, the markers, the hands are gold, white gold here. It's just, it's dressy enough. You can wear this for any formal events, no problem at all. Fits under a sleeve easily at 11.5 millimeters thick. And it's also sporty enough, right? Especially, a little bit of a useful color, interesting color. But give Rolex credit. When Rolex introduced using 41 millimeters with all these different colors a year and a half ago, it kind of set the trend. This year at the 2022 Watches and Wonders, you guys noticed probably a lot of the brands. Omega came out with a lot of different colors for their Aquaterra. Breitling and a lot of other brands. Everyone's coming out with all these interesting colors that you normally in the past wouldn't see in sort of a luxury or entry-level luxury watch. In the past it's pretty much dominated by black. The navy blue and green has been the color. But also they have a silver color here, which is also very nice. Again, as I mentioned, the dial is super clean and legible. The actual color of the blue and the yellow in natural light looks tiny bit lighter than what I'm seeing here on the video. Maybe this angle actually, I think this angle right here looks a little bit more like the natural daylight color. Same for the yellow. I'm not going to speculate why Rolex decided to discontinue the turquoise blue, the yellow and red. I mean, there are a lot of discussions online among Rolex enthusiasts and other fans, whether it's the difficulty in making color or whatever reason, right? But at the end of the day, it's kind of sad that, these special colors were only basically made available for less than about a year and a half, from August 2022 into March 2021. In fact, the rumor basically started by late 2021. Some of these colors were going to be discontinued. Let's take a look how these 41 millimeter OP looks on my wrist. Okay, Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter turquoise blue on my wrist. My wrist is small, 6.5 inches, 16.5 centimeters. 47 lug to lug, even for a small wrist like mine, it's not too bad. I mean, it's still narrower than the width of the wrist. Obviously at the end, you can see the case sits slightly up a little bit, but overall, when the links are tightened, it fits pretty well. I mean, what a nice, beautiful watch. I mean, I can kind of see the hype, why this blue is, really, really popular. I mean, I like travel watches. Every watch I buy is pretty much GMT or dual time. So these OPs, well, they just, it's not necessarily fits my lifestyle, but I can see for people who want a simple three-hand. What a beautiful watch and bracelet. And here's the blue one. Again, as I mentioned, the color, depending on the light angle, in the video seems to be slightly, just tiny bit of a darker than the natural color, but it's close, pretty close. I mean, very, very nice. Sporty, handsome, not too big. Very beautiful. So these watches, I believe the OP, it might be one of the most, I wouldn't call it affordable. Of all the different models, the OP is the lowest priced. Right now, the price is $6,150 plus tax, sales tax in the United States, 6150. Unfortunately, these, quite frankly, has gotten out of control in terms of the price in the secondary market. It's even more crazy than the sports models of the GMTs. I think it's worse than the Pepsis. So, the black, the navy blue, they're not too bad. They're basically in the secondary market brand new. I'm looking at, I think, 13 to 14,000 because they're the most basic colors, I guess. The green one is next up. I think a brand new one is around 22,000 based on what I've seen. A yellow one is next. I think the yellow, a brand new one piece, if you can find one is probably around 30,000. It's one of the more rare ones, the yellow and red. I don't know what the red price is. Probably pretty similar. And the blue one now, that's the one that's the price is really really high. Prior to officially being discontinued at the end of March, I was seeing around 33,000, 34,000 for a brand new piece. Now after the discontinuation, I mean the price is everywhere now. I mean I'm seeing as low as 40, as high as 60. Quite frankly, who knows what the real price is? But I'm guessing, might be in the 40s to high 40, 50 level. But again, it's just my speculation. Truly, truly beautiful piece. Would I ever pay anything above MSRP? Absolutely not. I'm never, I bought a lot of watches, Rolex, Vacheron, Omega, IWC, nothing over MSRP. But if you really want it, secondary market is probably the way to go if you don't have a relationship with AD. Pretty, very nice, beautiful. Awesome, pretty watches. All right, this is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter, reference number 124300. Thanks for watching.